automatically, immediately jump right into it. Jump right into it. $10 million. I wish I could see that money in my bank account today. You can't tell me that this is not a Beauty and the Beast inspired. I'm eating this book up, okay? Eating it up. Like, oh, this could have been a Wattpad story, you know? Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome if you're new. I'm Vandy, and I feel like doing another reading vlog. Specifically, reading Auction by Sadie Kincaid. I've never read from this author before, but I have seen a lot of Instagram reels and mentioning of this author in the books that she has written on social media. So I saw that my library had this book, and this is, I think, her new release. It was released maybe earlier this year. I'm not quite sure when, but it's 2026. But so I am looking forward to reading this, and I decided to take you along as I read this. So grab a drink, get cozy, and I guess let's get into it. Starting off, I love the cover of the book. Sorry about the glare, but it looks so pretty. So it seems like there's like stairs, like a runway. I don't know about too much of this. As you guys know, or if you're new here, I like to go into my books semi-blind. I don't like knowing too much, but sometimes I do read the summary. And this time I kind of did. So from what I'm getting, it's dark romance. It's giving billionaire vibes, and it's giving the female lead was sold off at an auction and the billionaire bought her. So it's giving that. So it's giving, it kind of gives mafia vibes, and it also gives what's the book that I read? It's giving A Tempting Arrangement by J. Wilder. It's giving those vibes. If you have read this book, let me know your thoughts as well. I would love to know. And if you haven't read this book is for mature readers and a lot of topics and things. So if you read this book, please, 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 please read the trigger warnings. And yeah, so I guess we can get into it. This is like around 358 pages. I kind of think that I can read this in like 3 days, maybe. But I also don't want to like rush myself, and I kind of also want to see how fast I can read it like naturally without like any pressure or anything on myself. So I guess the goal today is to read around 150 pages. We'll see. I just finished chapter 1 of this book. Chapter 1, 8 pages, and we automatically, immediately jump right into it. Jump right into it. No easing into it. Boom, bam, happening. Oh, this is gonna be a ride. Because what do you mean she's already being sold in the first chapter? Huh? What do you mean? And first of all, this might be a spoiler-filled vlog. I'm going to try to keep it all at bay. I'm going to try to. So please stay and watch the whole thing. But I do want to take you along my reading journey, of course. But so we are following Imogen. she is stuck paying the price for her father's betrayal. She was put in the situation that she is in now by her grandfather, from what I'm understanding. And chapter 1 starts off by her and a little bit of the girlies being at the auction. You know, a lot of trafficking is happening. You know what I mean? Reading between the lines now. I'm not sure how YouTube works with this whole censorship thing. But she goes onto the stage, and the price that they start on her, woo! Boy, let me tell you, I wish I could see that type of money. What was the starting price? Like 10? No, $500,000. Ooh, child. And then guess who purchased? Huh? Guess who purchased? The guy, the main lead, Lincoln McKnight. And there's been rumors around the girlies, you know, behind the scenes, saying that he's one, a billionaire, obviously. Second, he's like a genius. So I kind of wonder what's going to happen. Like, why did he purchase Imogen? What about Imogen intrigues him? Because from the first chapter already, he's not usually there. But he was there tonight when she was getting ready for the stage. You know what I mean? But guess how much he paid? $10 million. I wish I could see that money in my bank account today. You know what I mean? What would I do with $10 million? Huh? What would you do with $10 million if you had $10 million in your bank account today? You know what I mean? What would you do? But, oh my goodness. So I have so many questions. I'm so curious. And this is only chapter 1. And I'm already, like, bothered. Because, like, first of all, nobody should be in this situation. You know? Nobody should be within the trafficking world. And luckily this is fictional, but I know that these things do happen are happening in reality, which is unfortunate. And it makes me wanna just people are a hot mess sometimes. That's the nicest way I can say it. But this book is already giving somewhat Wattpad vibes. And honestly, I'm kind of here for it. Because I love Wattpad. I love reading Wattpad stories. But I kind of want to see if it's going to continue with the Wattpad vibes. Or even though it has elements of Wattpad, can it stand on its own? Like, does it really stand out to me? Like an elevated, more, does it elevate past Wattpad? If that makes sense. So, I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I obviously have a lot of thoughts. But, oh my goodness, this is only chapter 1 and I'm already feeling this way and yapping. But I really want to be sucked into this book. And I already have a feeling that I am. So, maybe I can finish this book in a shorter amount of time than what I expect, but who knows. We're also learning a little bit more about this realm. Okay, so apparently Imogen's grandfather, father, maybe, I could be wrong, were a part of this secret society that Lincoln is also a part of, called the Brotherhood. So Imogen's grandfather and father, and I think also Lincoln, are a part of this society called the Brotherhood. And the Brotherhood does this auction, I think, twice a year, and they, they do what they do. But I'm kind of curious to see why Lincoln is in it. Is he like the head of the Brotherhood? Is he, I don't know, like high up, if not the leader in it? If he is the leader of it, was it like passed down like familial wise, like how it is sometimes is when it comes to the mafia? Like, so many questions. So I have no idea. But I think Lincoln already has feelings for Imogen, because he's like, she is the angel amongst demons, and I was just like, that's kind of cute, but also at the same time, like, well, yeah, that's true too. So I have no idea. I think he has feelings for her, but I also don't know. But I'm also curious about that too. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very much so intrigued, and I just, like, I'm in the need to know, because I want to know every single thing, but I feel like we're still getting to know, like, the background of each characters, so maybe by page 50, I'll have, like, an even more of a better understanding of both of the characters, and kind of their backstory in all this situationness, so we'll have to see. Hi, me again. I'm on page 24. I'm not even like within like the first 50 pages. I'm just coming on here and like yapping because but is this like a Beauty and the Beast retelling or something like that, or a Beauty and the Beast inspired book? Because now we made it to Lincoln's house, and it kind of gives off Beauty and the Beast vibes. Because, one, Lincoln wears a mask in public, so I'm kind of wondering when he's going to take that mask off, and I guess we can see what he looks like. And two, Lincoln has a butler that, well, not two. Well, hold on. Let me recollect my thoughts. Okay. It's giving Beauty and the Beast vibes because, one, Lincoln has a mask that he wears, I guess, in the public, so no one really knows what he looks like. And I kind of wonder when we're going to see when he's going to take the mask off and Imogen can see what he looks like, and I guess we can see what he looks like. And two, when they reach the house, it's like this old Victorian with gargoyles, and once the gargoyles were mentioned, I automatically thought Beauty and the Beast because of the castle and the gargoyles and stuff like that. So that's another thing. Three, there's a new character that was introduced. I think it's his butler, called Pierre, and I was like, automatically when I saw that there was a butler, and automatically with the French accent, I automatically thought Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. And the butler's name just so happened to be Pierre? Huh? Huh? You can't tell me that this is not. You can't tell me that this is not a Beauty and the Beast inspired something. You know what I mean? And then four, he was like to Imogen, don't even think about escaping because I got all these biometric things. Don't even think about it, sweetheart. You know what I mean? He didn't say the sweetheart part. I'm just saying, I gotta put my little flair to it, He said, don't even think about it, sweetheart. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about escaping unless you're trying to kill me ultimately. So we have to see. But I just wonder if you've read this book, do you feel like that you got the same vibe when you were reading it as well? Because automatically, from the description of the house to the butler, from the butler with the French accent, the butler that's just so happened to be named Pierre, and all the like biometric things and how the whole setup is happening. I think that this is Beauty and the Beast inspired. But maybe that's just me. But my mind just got all the connections to that, just led me to there. So, But I think the relationship is still new. But she's just taking everything in within the house and stuff. So, I kind of wonder what her room looks like. Oh, and also, five, there's a fifth thing. And that is the East Wing. She's not allowed to go to the East Wing. So another thing that leads to the Beauty and the Beast inspired situation. Yeah. As I read, these thoughts like pop up, and then once I turn on my camera to talk to you guys, sometimes the thoughts just disappear. I'm just like, no, but I wanted to share it, and then when I turn the camera off, the thoughts automatically come back to me. I'm just like, that's annoying. But I think I'm going to stop yapping and continue on reading, because I really want to get to like 100 pages or so. But I make no promises. But maybe I can try to get to like 100 pages before I talk to y'all again. But again, no promises. Hi again, it's later, and I made it to the 100 page mark. Ooh, kept my promise. And I'm eating this book up, okay? Eating it up. This book is so good. I feel like I haven't felt like this in a little bit when it comes to reading a book. And I feel like since the last time we chat, I feel like I want to tell you everything, but I also don't want to like spoil anything. You know what I mean? Do other booktubers feel like that? Because it's like, I want to tell you everything, but I don't want to spoil anything, just in case y'all want to read the book. So, yeah. But I'm going to tell you some of the things. So, our boy Lincoln. He's associated with the Brotherhood, not in the way that we think. I feel like I'll put him in the category as a vigilante. Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to describe what he is within the Brotherhood. I feel like he's a vigilante because he had connections, but then he got out, and now he's practically hunting down people within the Brotherhood. Why, you may ask? Because there's a connection with Imogen. There's a connection with her. They are connected. He knows her from childhood, but I don't think she knows him because he wears the mask. And then, let's see, another thing that pops up, is with Imogen. And poor Imogen, I feel so bad for her. She's been in this traumatic situation, and now she's been bought, and now she's at this, I guess, stranger's house, but he's not a stranger. But right now, to her, he is. And just adjusting and stuff, and this poor baby, she's not a baby, but like, this poor girl, my heart goes out to her. All she eats is like for breakfast is plain oatmeal. Who eats plain oatmeal? Huh? Who eats plain oatmeal? No sugar, no fruits, no nothing. Poor girl. And then whenever the option is like I think in a situation there was no oatmeal. She asked for some grits. Now, listen, the author is from the UK. What she know about some grits, huh? What she know about some grits? Now, this takes place in the US, but what does did the author do some research about some grits? Now, how do y'all like y'all grits? There's only one correct answer. Now, you choose between sweet or savory. And there's only one correct answer. I'm going to give y'all 3 seconds to write down the comments. Okay. The way to do the grits is savory. Do y'all eat grits? Have y'all ever had some grits? Is grits like a southern thing? I know it's like starting to like trickle up north. But it's like grits like a southern thing. Because I know I live in the south. So I feel like it's a southern thing. So I don't know. Who knows? But so it makes me wonder where in the United States they are located. But poor girl. But I feel like that's where we go into like, I feel bad for her because like she had like, I guess, a strict upbringing with like being prepared to be in the situation of being sold to somebody. So I feel bad for her, and my heart goes out to her. And let's see, what else do I want to say to you guys? Because I feel like there's a lot of things that happen, but I want to share. But then I feel like a goldfish, and I have like goldfish brain because like I've read for like a couple hours, and then now I turn on the camera, and then poof, everything's gone. So let's see. I talked about the grit. I talked about the vigilante stuff. Oh! I feel like with Lincoln, I feel like he calls himself a villain, but I don't think he's a villain. I think he's a morally gray hero. Yeah. I feel like that's what vigilantes are anyways. They're morally gray heroes. So, and speaking of hot, he has the hots for our girl Imogen. He is down bad for our girl Imogen. Let me just tell you that. So, I'm eating this book up so much, and I will probably continue on reading. Maybe. No promises. I mean, hopefully I can get to the 150 mark, so I may continue on reading. But my camera battery is about to die, so I'll check in with you guys tomorrow for day 2. It's day 2, and I am finally talking to you guys. I just came back from the library. I decided why not just go to the library and read for a little bit because the library is right there, and I've been wanting to go to the library and let's just hang out and read for a little bit and to do that more often. So I thought why not? And I needed to return a whole bunch of books. So why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? So I did that for about an hour, and within that hour I read almost 90 pages. And I feel like the story is starting to pick up a little bit. The relationship between Imogen and Lincoln are definitely growing. I like how Imogen is starting to have more of her personality rather than being like a robot with all the, I guess, programming and brainwashing that she went through while preparing for the auction. So I'm glad that she's starting to get her personality back. And Lincoln is still on his vigilante tactics. He's trying to get the girls from the auction back into the real world. he's helping them escape. So yeah, so he's still on that. There was a situation where I was just like, ooh, that's kind of rough. Why did you give that to her? But not Imogen, somebody else, when he was on his one of his trips to get one of the girls out of the auction. But this is a good story. I am definitely enjoying it. I'm definitely probably going to read, like, I'm not sure how much more I'm going to read today. I do kind of want to reach the maybe 250 mark. I'm on like 202 right now, chapter 34. So we'll see. But the story is so good, and I just feel like this book is like leveling up and being in its own, rather than like sometimes books like this can just be like, oh, this could have been a Wattpad story, you know? But I feel like this book really stands on its own, like, yeah, this is really good. So, I don't know. Do you guys feel like the same way if you have read on Wattpad or still reading on Wattpad and you also read traditional published books? Like, sometimes I'm just like, ooh, that could have been like a Wattpad book. Or like, yeah, this is good on its own. I feel like this book is good on its own. Like, it makes sense to be traditionally published, in my opinion. But I'm just having a great time reading it. Oh, wow, I just saw this. So this is the first book of a series. So I'm kind of intrigued. But I feel like the last 50 pages of a book really determines if I want to continue on reading the series or not. So we'll have to see once I read the last 50 pages. Maybe the last 100 pages going into the last 50 pages. We'll have to see. But I'm probably going to continue on reading, and I'll check you guys later. Me again. It's a little bit later, and I am on page 267. So I have less than 100 pages left of this book, and I am eating this up. But why didn't y'all tell me that this man is 42 years old? Huh? Like, I knew that there was an age gap, but why is this man 42 years old? Why didn't y'all tell me? I know y'all, and I know y'all won't be able to tell me, but like, you know what I mean? Why didn't y'all tell me? This man is 42. I thought he was like, 30, 35, tops. This is like over, like the age gap is like 22, 21 years apart. And man, it's not my favorite, as you guys know. But I guess, it is what it is. And there are certain aspects of the book that I'm just like, ooh, kind of cringy. Because, like, he's kind of, like, I guess, teaching her things. And those certain things I'm just like, ooh, kind of cringy. But, like, understandable at the same time. But, like, not my favorite thing in the world. But other than that, I'm eating this book up. And I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to finish today. It would kind of actually be surprising if I finish this book today. But if not, that's fine. I kind of expect to finish it tomorrow and make it, like, I guess, a 3-day thing. Even though I'm not, like, reading all day. But I'm enjoying this book, and I might finish it. And I'm actually kind of, like, wanting to see more of the emotional side of Imogen and Lincoln, like, growing more together, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of curious to see when that's going to happen, and I'm kind of curious to see when he's going to tell her that they met before when she was a kid, or if she will ever know about that happening. And if that is mentioned, will she remember? I don't know. That's kind of curious. That's kind of what I'm curious about. So I don't know. So we'll see if I finish today or tomorrow. Guess what I did? I finished. I just couldn't walk away from this. It kept calling me to. It kept calling me to read it. It was like, Vandy, read me, finish me, and I finished. And boy, let me tell you something. The last 100 pages or so, woof. I won't go into details because I feel like they are spoilery, but the relation between the two of them, yeah, wasn't expecting that type of relationship, like how they are connected, and they were getting together, they were hunching in this book. So I don't know how I feel about it. Not gonna lie, kind of grossed out. But now we kind of see where her grandfather and her caretaker kind of were players in all of this as well towards the end, and definitely leaves off on a cliffhanger, y'all. So I'm not sure when the second book is coming out, but I am curious because it did leave off on a cliffhanger, and now Imogen and Lincoln are in a tough spot because of the last event of this book. But not gonna lie, I felt like this book really like drew me in, and I feel like this was something that that drew me in. Like, I just wanted to like keep it going. So I don't know, and it's been a while since I last read a book in like 2 days. So, but I think I'm going to end this video here. So thank you so much for joining me in reading The Auction by Sadie Sinclair. Not Sinclair, goodness gracious. Sadie Kincaid. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time, my friends, stay curious, stay cozy, stay reading. Bye, guys.